Hey guys, this is Luca Delatore, and my daughter Gianna has SCN8A epilepsy, and Gabby had asked that I do a video to talk a little bit about the vaccine and my experience. Obviously, I have pretty good insight into this, one because our daughter has SCN8A, but I also work at Ohio State, an emergency room doctor, and I kind of dealt with COVID from the very beginning. I'm wearing my mask down right now because I'm in an office doing telehealth, so there's nobody here with me. So otherwise, wear your mask. But anyways, just kind of give you a quick, brief synopsis and why the vaccines are different and why I think it's important for our kids to get vaccinated or us to get vaccinated. First and foremost, there are three vaccines. J&J with Johnson & Johnson just got approved. Pfizer and Moderna also have vaccines that have been out since January. The difference on those is Moderna and Pfizer are mRNA vaccines, which is just a different type of kind of making your body recognize it. Messenger RNA we all know about because that's what our sodium channel genetic mutation from SCN8A causes a problem with. The vaccines are both greater than 90% effective. Both of those are involving 2 shots that you get separated by a certain amount of time. Pfizer is 16 years old and up. Moderna is 18 years old and up. That's the big difference between those, although Moderna is actually studying 12 through 17-year-old kids that are being enrolled. And so it may be available to some of our older kids with SCN8A, but they're not ready to release that yet. The J&J, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, is an adenovirus vaccine, which we've used for lots of other vaccines before. It is about 85% effective against severe disease and about 70% effective against mild disease. The reason that's kind of interesting is it's only 1 shot, and you may hear people say that it's not as effective, but keeping people out of the hospital is almost as effective even with just 1 shot. It's being administered to people that are 18 years and up, so it's going to be rolled out here pretty soon. And so if you have the opportunity to get any of those vaccinations, I do recommend it. They're not going to allow people to pick or choose at this time which one you get. We don't know how long the vaccine is going to protect us. That's kind of how vaccines are, whether this ends up being like a flu vaccine, which you get seasonally, or whether this is like measles, mumps, rubella, which you get, a couple times in a booster and you're done. And then the new strains are the variables, and we know that potentially with Pfizer and Moderna, although right now they are covering the new strains pretty well, long term the J&J vaccine may actually work a little bit better against new strains because of the way it's built a little bit differently, but only time will tell on that. So that's just kind of stuff about the vaccine in general. I had the Pfizer vaccine, my wife had Moderna, just some minor side effects, but nothing really to write home about. That was definitely better than getting COVID. Why do we get vaccinated? It's obviously a sensitive issue when your kid has seizures, because we know that Gianna has a spike in seizures when she gets vaccines. And we medicate, we pre-medicate, give a higher dose of Onfi when we go. It's something that our neurologist had recommended. Any vaccine can cause side effects and fevers, and so there's potential that, if we have one of the kids that gets vaccinated, they could have a seizure breakthrough. But again, keeping us out of the hospital would be great. The best way to protect your kids is to protect yourself. Unfortunately, we have to be at doctor's appointments and doctor's offices and PT and OT and all those things that all of us go through. Or you could literally live in a bubble, but it's hard to do that as a parent. I think the best thing you can do is if you're in that age range where you can get a vaccine, I would take it. One of the things people also get concerned about is whether it's safe or not because it was developed so quickly. What I would say is that nowadays with a couple of things make vaccines happen. One is money, and the government threw a lot of money at the vaccination process through what was called Operation Warp Speed. But then also the advanced technology. We were able to genetically sequence essentially what makes up the virus faster than we'd ever had done before, and that will probably continue to get faster in the future. So I wouldn't be skeptical of the vaccine. Not to say that I want to discredit people who don't believe in vaccines. Obviously, I am a supporter of them. But there should be less concern that this was developed so fast because it followed the exact same process that it would with any other vaccine. So anyways, hopefully that answers some questions, obviously. You know, everyone stay healthy. We're getting through this. We know the numbers are going the right direction, so we can get our kids back to their therapy appointments in person and all those things that we need to do to get our kids better. So anyways, have a great spring, everyone. Thank you.